Welcome to Shaunie's World. These are just my thoughts with a comedic side of humor. But if you're cool with your girl, go fool with your girl. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Disclaimer. You ever thought about quitting? I quit! And I'm talking about your job. Now, this is something I saw online, and we're going to go through it. It's basically reconsidering how you explain your reasons for leaving your prior employer as you're going into a new one. Or even if you're still at your employer trying to find a new one and you get those interview questions of why you left or why you think about leaving, this is kind of an idea how to rephrase it. Now, honestly, Texas is an at-will state. Tennessee is an at-will state. And since I've departed from my employer, I will never, ever turn in a resignation letter again, because being an honest person, it actually put me in a bad position just giving my employer time to replace me, and now my employer is acting like an a-hole. And so you just do love you and dip. Love you and dip, because if you give them a heads up, they're gonna give you a peace out. So that's that. Now, they say when they ask you questions about low salary, you should not say, because I'm not paid enough for my hard work. They say you should rephrase this, and you should say, I found an opportunity that better aligns with my career goals and financial needs. I couldn't agree. That sounds a little soft. You know, it sounds like you potentially wanted to be appreciated and you took your talents elsewhere. Let's go to the next one. Lack of growth. A lot of companies are getting, baby, y'all getting a peace sign because y'all for the lack of growth. Now, they say don't say the job is a dead-end job with no chance to move up, but you should better say I'm pursuing new challenges to further develop my skills and experience. I can get jiggy with that. Yeah, I normally use that one too. You know, I just wanted to expand, you know, blah, 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 blah. I do say that one because that is very true. Like, nobody wants to be in a dead-end job with no upper, you know, advantages to promote up or lateral move. Like, you got to be crazy to be doing the same thing forever. Forever. Bad manager, baby. Let me tell you, there's a bunch of them at the company I left, and they still there, and I hope they fire you. I do, because one day you're going to be working for me, and I'm going to make sure I make your work conditions horrible. But off of me onto you. They say, don't say my boss is incompetent and impossible to work with. And it's true, and they are. But you should say, I'm looking for a leadership style that better support my work approach. Yeah, I definitely could say that. I'm not opposed to it. But whenever I'm doing an interview, I'm never personally attacking my prior employer. I'm saying this now to y'all because I still don't like them. But if I go to another place, I never discredit what any job I've worked for helped me do to develop the skills that I have now. I've always paid that compliment back. Now, even though we might not agree because of the salary, we might not agree due to the management structure, or even just centralizing things and not having no organization overall, I never bashed them for that. I'm just blatantly honest, but I'm honest with potential. Like, I'm honest with optimism. I'm not going to go in there and be like, oh, let me tell you what they did at the lunchroom. Like, I'm not that person, because I still learn something even though I don't want to work there anymore. Toxic workplace. You should not say, this place is full of drama and backstabbing. Backstabbers. You should say, I'm seeking a work environment that better fits my professional values. I actually like that. That sounds good, but if I'm telling you this and you go say this and then somebody else say this and they heard it all before, they're going to write that one down and be like, nah, that definitely sounds like an AI answer. But you can tweak it to make it sound personal to you, right? Work-life balance, baby. This is one reason why I had to step down, because, baby, I started feeling like I was just a slave. Like, work started becoming everything. Like, I slept and I thought about it. And you got to have a healthy work-life balance or you will lose yourself. You're not supposed to lose yourself. When you clock out, don't let your job clock you in when you're clocked out. Don't have them calling you and telling you nothing about the job. If your hours is 7 to 3, baby, when you got for 3, you don't have nothing to do with them no more. So you got to learn how to do it. But besides that, they said, don't say, this job is ruining my personal life and health. Now, my job did ruin my health, honey. I ain't never had high blood pressure till I started working there. But since I don't work there no more, I have definitely improve there. But you should say, I'm seeking a role that allows me to better balance my professional and personal commitments. I probably wouldn't say that, but I will say something about my peace and mental stability. I will say that. Now, that could be similar to what that is saying, but I'm specifically going to discuss my mental health and of course, my ability to separate, work and life balance. Like, I'm not just going to bash, about my personal life being ruined, but I'm definitely going to specify how I appreciate my mental health, because that goes a lot into your emotional and your physical. Because once them broken down, baby, you ain't clocking in. Hello, you gonna go to FMLA. But those are pretty helpful if you're trying to find power words in your interview. Now, if you are just like good at interviewing and you know how to make words feel good and sound good, then you don't need these. But if you have always been that interviewer type that's nervous and you don't know what to say, then this is for you. I've gotten so used to doing interviews, not because I always get new jobs or nothing, but I was a manager and I had to interview people. I've seen both sides of it, as being an employee and being a manager. So I got used to understanding those different, question answers and panel interview type things, to where it's just, I'm being honest when I give them the answer. It's not like I'm just making something up. Like those situational interview questions they give you. Name a time when. And so you have to think on your feet. So a lot of the questions I just read to you may not fit into that style of interview. But if they ask you why you left your last employer, then these are where you kind of soften the blow. Even if you didn't like them, you soften the blow. So it sounds like you're not a bitter employee, or it sounds like your temperament is bad. You don't have to bash the person you're leaving from, because that is not going to help you move forward. That means you're holding on to some, and it's not worth it. Now, it's easy for me to talk crap about them now because I still don't like them. But in an interview, I'm not going to bash them, because they still, took up 8 years of my life. So it wasn't all bad. It just got bad. And that's because of your managerial structure change. It had nothing to do with the name of the company. They had every bit to do with them hiring the wrong people under that company's name. That's the difference. But the knowledge and stuff, nah, that's a blessing. I've always just pat them on the back for that part. So whatever your job did or is doing, don't go into a new interview bashing it. Just give them a little bit of leeway. Don't lie and fluff it. But don't shoot yourself in the foot trying to be mean, because it is going to reflect on how you're going to come into that new company. And they're going to that energy is negative. You got to have some positive energy. And brag about you. Brag about why you're an asset to a job. Don't just talk about the job. Tell them how you changed that job's perspective and growth and financial fiscal year money, all that. Talk about that. Talk about some stuff that you implemented, and, use those power words like that, so they can see that you weren't just an employee. You were an awesome employee, okay? But I am just the messenger. Yes, it's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, gone fool with your girl, make sure you check out my website. Yes, www.shauniebeentertainment.com. Check out the finger, and there's options to drop donations, but there's no pressure to do either of the two, because I do see the likes, the shares, and the comment. It means the world to me. So I just want to tell you thank you from my lips to your ears for rocking with me, man. And I do not take that for granted, because y'all can go anywhere in the world, but y'all come back and speak to me and keep me company. I love that. Hop in the comments. Are you at a place where you're looking for employment? Or are you in a place where you're looking just to quit employment and then go entrepreneurial style with it? Either way it goes in life, you have to learn how to communicate, whether you're working for yourself or others. Because if you're working for yourself, now you have to be all of these hats, because you have to go get your customer base. When you work for somebody, you are trying to work for somebody, you have to hope that they're going to take that leap of faith and hire you over everybody else. So you just can't go in and sound typical. Add your little sprinkles to it to make it sound awesome, miraculous. You gotta have it. Hey, hey, hey. Some people, you gotta sound really good. You gotta sound determined. You gotta sound like, if you walk out that door, they will be like, man, I wonder if this person want to start immediately. You got to leave something on their mind. Giving them something he can feel. You got to make them feel like you would be an asset to them, and just not doing something just because they say they're hiring. Okay? That's it. Now, I wish you guys luck, whatever your future endeavors may do for you or bring you. But go hard in the paint and know your worth. That's it. Know your worth. Do not settle. Until next time, man. Next story. And I'm out this pig.